Emma's world shattered. Nights spent crying, mornings waking with swollen eyes, afternoons pretending she was fine. But slowly, she found strength. Her friends reminded her she wasn't alone. She poured her pain into her studies, her art, her future. Ryan faded into the background, a ghost of a boy she once loved. Graduation day. Emma walked across the stage, diploma in hand, head held high. She saw Ryan in the crowd, but he wasn't hers anymore. He was just a chapter she had survived. She smiled, not for him, but for herself, because betrayal hadn't destroyed her, it had rebuilt her. Emma left Jefferson University not as the girl who lost love, but as the woman who found her strength. And somewhere deep inside, she knew her real story was just beginning. The anonymous text changed everything. If you want to know who Ryan really is, come to East Hall. Emma went, heart pounding, hands shaking, and she saw it. Ryan kissing Jessica. Not an accident, not a mistake, a betrayal. Her love story ended in that single moment. Tears blurred her eyes as she stormed inside. "Ryan!" she shouted. The room froze. Ryan turned pale, guilt flashing across his face. "Emma, wait." But she didn't wait. Her voice cracked. Was I just stupid? Was I just practice until she came along? Ryan stammered excuses. "It just happened. I didn't mean—" "Stop," Emma cut him off. Her voice shook, but her eyes were steel. "You didn't mean it? Betrayal doesn't just happen, Ryan. You chose this." The silence that followed was louder than any words. It started small. Ryan was late to study sessions. He stopped replying to texts as quickly. He canceled dates, saying he was busy with football practice, group projects, or fraternity meetings. Emma noticed, but convinced herself it was just stress. College was tough. He loved her, didn't he? But late at night, doubts gnawed at her. Act 8. The Suspicion. Emma's roommate, Kelly, mentioned seeing Ryan at a party. "With some girl, I don't know, maybe it was nothing," Kelly said carefully. Emma brushed it off. Ryan was loyal. He promised. But then came the whispers. Friends avoiding her eyes, a stranger's smirk when she walked into the cafeteria, and the name that kept appearing. Jessica. A girl from Ryan's business class. Beautiful, popular, always near him lately. Emma's chest tightened. She wanted to ask him. She wanted the truth, but fear kept her silent. Campus life became a movie. Study dates turned into long walks under autumn leaves. Late-night texts became early morning coffee. Ryan made her laugh, made her feel safe, made her believe in love the way she thought only movies could. He whispered promises. "We'll graduate together. We'll move to the city. You'll chase your dreams, I'll chase mine. We'll always choose each other." Emma believed every word. She built her future around him. And for a while, it felt perfect. Ryan wasn't just a boyfriend. He became her anchor. He held her hand when she stressed over exams, left notes in her locker, showed up at her dorm with pizza after bad days. One snowy night, walking back from the library, he stopped, took her hand, and said, "One day, I'll marry you." Emma laughed it off, but inside her heart, she believed him. Every girl dreams of a love story like this. She didn't know hers was already turning into a tragedy. It was homecoming week. Fireworks exploded above the stadium as students cheered. Emma stood beside Ryan, the sky glowing with bursts of color. He glanced at her, his face illuminated by the lights. "I like you, Emma," he said suddenly. more than just a friend. Her breath caught. Before she could reply, he leaned in and kissed her. Soft, uncertain, but full of promise. The crowd cheered around them, but for Emma, the world had narrowed to just that moment. That kiss changed everything. Days turned into weeks. Emma found herself bumping into Ryan more often, sometimes in the library, sometimes in the coffee shop across campus, sometimes after class when he would casually fall into step beside her. One night, during a study group, they stayed back after everyone else had left. Ryan leaned closer, their notebooks scattered between them. "You know, you're different," he said softly. Emma laughed nervously. "Different how?" "Everyone here, they're trying to impress. You're just real." Her heart skipped. It wasn't a love declaration, but it was the spark that lit the flame. A week later, in the crowded university library, Emma dropped her stack of books. Papers scattered everywhere. She bent down in panic, only to see someone's hand already gathering them. "Careful," a warm voice said. "These books look heavier than you." She looked up. It was Ryan. He flashed that same smile. "You're in Intro to Psych, right? I saw you." Emma stammered a yes. He helped her stack the books, then offered to walk her to class. That was the first real conversation. Jokes about professors, campus food, late-night studying. By the time they reached the lecture hall, Emma realized she was smiling more than she had in months. And Ryan, he looked at her like she wasn't just another face in the crowd. Emma walked into Jefferson University with her heart full of hope. The campus buzzed with excitement. New faces, new friendships, new possibilities. She had left her small Ohio hometown for this moment, determined to make her mark. At orientation, she was the quiet one, clutching her notebook, scribbling down schedules while others chatted easily. She wasn't shy, just careful. That's when she saw him for the first time. Ryan. He wasn't like the others. Tall, confident, with that easy smile that made people naturally gravitate toward him. He laughed with professors, high-fiving strangers, and somehow seemed to know everyone already. Their eyes met for a second. He smiled. She quickly looked away, but something inside her shifted. She didn't know it yet, but this was the first step toward everything she would gain and everything she would lose. It was past midnight. The rain beat hard against the old stone walls of Jefferson University. Emma's shoes splashed in puddles as she ran across the deserted quad, her heart racing faster than her steps. Her phone buzzed again. One new message. Unknown number. If you really want to know who Ryan truly is, come to East Hall. Don't tell anyone. Her fingers trembled as she pushed open the heavy wooden door of the fraternity building. Music thudded from inside, mixed with bursts of laughter. She crept toward the glowing corridor, every sound magnified in the silence of her fear. And then she saw him. Ryan, the boy she thought would be her forever. And in his arms, another girl. Their lips locked, his hand resting like it had once rested on her waist. Emma froze, her entire world collapsing in that single moment. Her phone slipped from her hands, clattering on the floor. Ryan's eyes snapped toward the sound. Their eyes met. In that instant, Emma knew everything had changed. But how did it come to this? To understand, we must go back to the beginning, back to the day Emma's story of love and betrayal began.